everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Meredith E. Phillips. I'm a writer, reader, and bunny mama, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit of a September wrap-up as well as my plans for Preptober. If you're new around here, I like to share goals on a monthly basis and then check in with you the next month to let you know how I did on those goals and what my goals are for the coming month. And so, of course, since October is Preptober in much of the writing world, I'm going to be sharing my Preptober plans and how I am going to be preparing for NaNoWriMo in November. So let's start off with writing progress from September. I had been working on the second draft of my project model rom-com story, and it didn't go great. I'll tell you that, it didn't go great. I think I worked on it for like one weekend. There were some things this month which just sort of threw me off my regular schedule. If you watched my September goals video from earlier in September, you know what I'm talking about. And all of those things did indeed throw me off course. So I did a little bit of work early in the month on it. And then toward the end of the month, I was starting to get a lot of ideas for this new story, and I decided to just go for it. And so a lot of the writing time I was spending toward the end of the month was really for this new project. So I did do some writing this month, just wasn't necessarily for the project I had been working on. I'll get into my writing goals for October as well as my Preptober plan, so to speak, here in just a minute, but let me run through some of these other goals first. I do also track my reading, and last month I read 2 books, which is, I think, the least amount of books I've read in a month all year. I started a bunch of books. There was one book I even got like 60% of the way through, and I was having trouble like getting into the books I was picking up. So I started several, but I only managed to finish 2 of them. Doing great. I'm hoping I can get through 4 or 5 books in October, but we'll see how it goes. For social media, my goal for pretty much every month this year has been to do 2 YouTube videos a week and 3 posts over on Instagram. I knew I was going to miss 1 video in September, which again I talked about in that video from last month. I'll link it below if you want to go check it out. But I did miss that 1 video, which I'm not mad about it. Like, I planned to not have one that weekend and it was fine. The one thing I'm really mad about though, I'm mad, it's petty, but I'm mad. I missed a post on Instagram. Now you might be thinking, it's just 1 post, like calm down, what you so mad about? Listen, I've been working all year posting 3 times a week. I haven't missed a single post. When I missed that 1 post and I didn't realize it until like the next Monday's post went up, it threw off the grid, the layout, the aesthetic that I had spent meticulous time creating. So now my Instagram is not in order and I dislike it. It's so dumb. It doesn't matter, but I'm just like, ah! I was like, oh, you're gonna get all the way to the end of the year and have like this really cool, like, it's just gonna be all in lines and it's gonna be perfect, and then it wasn't. So I'm really annoyed about that. I'm really annoyed about it. But it's fine. Whatever, it'll be fine, I guess. The other exciting social media thing is I hit 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I hit it on October 1st, which was really cool because I started the channel on May 1st, 2020. So it had been exactly 1 year and 5 months, and I like when things are exact like that, as evidenced from my Instagram upheaval. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm really grateful. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I know a lot of times people do some sort of like special 1K video type thing. I feel like the traditional thing to do is a Q&A, which I would be happy to do if that's what you would like to see. If you want a 1K Q&A type video, let me know. I will happily do one. But if you're like, nah, we already know enough about you, it's fine, then I won't do that. But let me know and I'll see what I can do. For the rest of this month, I'm gonna try to maintain, again, the 2 videos a week here on YouTube and the 3 posts over on Instagram. I'm also bringing back live streams. Woohoo! I have 2 other live streams planned for this month on my channel. The first one is going to be on October 13th, which is a Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. The second one is going to be on Saturday, October 23rd at 10 a.m. Central. I also have 2 streams planned for November. They're both on Saturdays. The first one is going to be on November 6th at 10 in the morning, and the second one is going to be on Saturday the 20th, also at 10 in the morning, also Central Time. I'm going to try to add 1 more November live stream just because it's like NaNoWriMo, you know. I would want it to be a little later in the month, but of course then you're kind of getting into like Thanksgiving-ish time, and I have no clue at this point what family plans are for Thanksgiving. Are there plans or they're not plans? I don't know. I don't know if we're traveling somewhere, if someone's traveling here, so I don't know, and I don't want to schedule one and then it be a day that like family's in town or something, you know? So if I can schedule another one for late in November, I will, and I will certainly announce that when I have them. But for now, all of the links to those live streams will be in the description below. And also, real quick, can I just show you something real quick? Maybe this is something that like everyone knows and you're gonna be like, we already know this, but just in case, because I hate, this is like one feature on YouTube where I'm like, why would you do this? When a user, like me, creates a live stream event, you see it pop up in your subscription box when I initially create the event. But if you go to my video feed to be like, hey, when was that live stream she's gonna do? It's not there. You have to click on a separate tab, which I'll show you here, in order to get future live streams to pop up. Why would you make that a separate tab that's like practically invisible? I don't know, but just in case you don't know, or in case you're like, I know she was doing live streams in October, I don't remember where they are, and you can't find the video where I mentioned them, bleh. That's where you find live streams, upcoming live streams on anyone's channel, including mine. So just a little tidbit in case you didn't know. Okay, so on to just a few personal goals. Earlier last month, I posted a video titled Making Goals Like Victoria Schwab, or Creating Goals Like Victoria Schwab, and I made this little chart and I wanted to show you how it turned out. So you can see I clearly did a great job with reading. I did a great job with bunny time. That was not a chore, I assure you. We did pretty good keeping up with dishes, and I want to say hello. I did a really nice job keeping up with eating a decently healthy lunch. Look at that. I missed some days, but I did better than I have in past months, so that's great. You can see what did not matter at all to me. I didn't do a single Instagram comment. I'm the worst, but that's fine. I'm also really sad. Look at this video games bar. Like, I was so busy. I couldn't do any more, so that's sad. I really liked using this all month. This size is not particularly handy. So I actually ended up ordering a dotted notebook so that I could make this on a smaller scale in a notebook and keep it for myself for the coming months, because I really enjoyed this. And I like that, you know, you can change what you have on the side. Like, obviously I don't care about Instagram comments, I guess, at this time. So I'm not gonna put that on next month. But like, you can change whatever you want to work on in that particular month. You could change it as you go through the different months. So anyway, I really enjoyed this. I'll link the video that I made on this below if you want to go check that out and give it a try for yourself. The big project that we need to take care of in the month of October is that freaking guest room in our house. I don't know what holiday plans there are, but I would assume between now and the end of the year, somebody's parents are coming to this house. And at the moment, nobody's parents have anywhere to stay in this house, because this is what our guest room currently looks like. It's great. It's doing really well over there. We need to take care of that. That is the goal for this month. We need to go through all that stuff. We need to put it in like places that are not the middle of the room and just clean everything up. So we do have some plans about like reorganizing some closets, getting some bins to like go under, you know, those like shorter bins you can get that slide under the beds and stuff like that. So we need to just kind of get that rolling and take care of that room, because it's just like eating me alive that it's such a disgusting mess. It's not disgusting, it's just everything had to go in there because there wasn't anywhere else to put it. Anyway, that is on the docket for this month. So let's get into Preptober. Preptober planning for NaNoWriMo. I had a little bit of a dilemma. Let me share with you. This has never happened to me before. This is gonna be my 6th time participating in NaNoWriMo. And in all of the previous years, all 5 previous years, I have known for months what my NaNoWriMo project was going to be. This year, I have been the waffler. I've been the waffler. I've never been the waffler before. I had a shiny new idea and I'm obsessed with it. Here's the dilemma I'm having, okay? I've been working all year on Project Model Rom-Com, right? And I started a second draft back in like July. I think it was July. It was a while ago and I still haven't finished draft 2. So part of me was like, you know, you really should use the NaNoWriMo time to finish draft 2. That would make the most sense. However, this new idea is very appealing and I really want to write it. So I was going back and forth with myself, you know, should you do what I think is like in the long run would be the better choice? I think would be to finish the draft 2, but the fun current choice is start a new draft. So the two projects are connected. I'm doing sort of a romance series. Now, the books are not like direct sequels. It's more like the side character in the first book is now the main character in the second book, you know, like that. So it's not that I have to completely finish book 1 to have all the threads to carry through into book 2. I don't really need to have that as a thing. The sort of logical choice is finish draft 2, but I really want to do this other project, so I think I'm gonna do the other project. I'm gonna do a different first draft. Maybe that's a bad choice. I don't know. I also don't really care because that's what I'm gonna go with. I've been working on that other project literally since January. Really since last NaNo. I wrote the first draft during NaNo. I finished the first draft before Christmas in December. And then in January, I immediately got in there trying to like figure out what to change. And I went through all of the things that you would have seen earlier in the year with trying to fix it and all of the things. So at this point, you know, I've been working on it for almost a year and I'm a little tired of it. You know, I'm a little tired of it. It's not that I think the story's bad or I don't like it anymore. I think it would be helpful to take a step away from it, do something else for a month, and then I can come back a little fresh and, you know, ready to dive back into it again. That's the reason I'm going with this new project. I'm excited about this new project. The outline / brain dumpy notes I've been doing so far I think are coming together really well. So for the month of October, I obviously want to finish brain dumping all of my thoughts. I need to put together some semblance of an outline. One of the things I learned from last year and from earlier this year is that I need a detailed outline. If I don't have a detailed outline or I get to a point in the outlining process and I'm like, oh, I'll figure it out when I'm drafting. I don't figure it out while I'm drafting. And then the first draft is just, it's a mess and it doesn't work and everything is too convenient. You know what I mean? So for me, I need that detailed outline. I want a scene by scene outline by the end of the month for this story. I also really want to sit down and take some time to figure out the characters' flaws, their motivations, their desires, their wants, their needs, all that kind of thing, and sort of flesh them out a little bit. Also got to figure out the characters' names. Yeah, I have one of the main characters' names already done. It's ready. I love it. I don't have a last name, but we're not going to talk about that. The other character, I have like a placeholder name, and the more I'm typing that name in these brain dump notes, the more I'm hating it. So it's not that the name itself is a bad name, it just doesn't go with this character. So I need to figure out what her name is supposed to be. The other element of the story that for me is really important to figure out is the conflict. One of the things that I think is a problem in past stories I've done is there's not a whole lot of conflict, which obviously is going to be a pretty boring book. So I really want to make sure that the conflict that's in the book is strong and compelling and presents a really difficult choice for the characters. In terms of prep for November, I do want to be sort of on the lookout for live streams. I have regional events that I know will be coming up and I want to sort of schedule those in, block off those times so that I can participate in those. And I also want to sort of decide on a writing schedule for myself. Obviously in NaNoWriMo, if you're going for the full 50,000 words, you need to make sure you know when you're going to be writing every single day during the month. What I tend to do is for the first week or so, I'll get up really early and write before work. I'll write a little bit after work, and I'll usually write after dinner. I also try to look ahead and see, okay, you know, In America, we have Thanksgiving, we do, Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving, and so that whole day is basically shot in terms of writing work. So I like to try to find dates that I know are going to be difficult to write on, and then sort of, I think it's important to be like, okay, I'm not gonna write on Thanksgiving Day, I'm not gonna write on this day because family's gonna be in town or whatever. And then it's helpful to recalculate what's the minimum number of words, okay? If you've done NaNoWriMo before, or you're trying it new this year, if you're aiming for 50,000 words in a month, that means you have to write 1,667 words every single day. But if you know you're gonna miss 2 days or 3 days because of holidays or birthday or whatever you've got going on, it's helpful to sort of recalculate it. Well, I don't have 30 days, I have 27. So what's 50,000 divided by 27? And that's gonna be a higher minimum word goal per day if you're going to be skipping days later in the month. So you know what I mean? So I try to like recalculate stuff for myself. One of the big things I will say, if you're aiming for 50,000 words, if you get behind, it is hard to catch up. It is really hard to catch up. And so if you have been doing, not a whole lot more than the minimum every single day, and then you take a day off for whatever reason, it's a struggle and a half to try to get caught up. I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm having to catch up, especially toward the end of the month. I've had to do that before. It's not fun and it's not easy. It's doable, but it's not really how I want to spend my November. So I like to sort of plan all that out, get my calendar and my daily schedule sort of ready to go so that I am as well prepared as I possibly can be. I will definitely have more videos coming later this month with NaNoWriMo tips for you, so stay on the lookout for that. I am going to go ahead and end the video here. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button. I post videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. You can find me over on Instagram at Meredith Phillips Writes, and you can head over to my website, meredithphillips.com, to sign up for my newsletter. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye! I didn't think this video would be this long, but here we are. I've been filming for 24 minutes, okay. I'll try to edit it down for you, I promise.